Hello, every pony. Scar89 here with a very special read. Well, second half of a read with. I'm gesturing to you.
Okay, BronyFanFic. Ta-da!
Da-da-da. Yeah, this is the second part. If you want to hear the first part, which you will need to do, or else nothing is going to make sense. Right now, I'm
Trust
pretty
us,
sure
it won't make sense at all.
it won't. Like, I'm still trying to comprehend the two pinkies from the first part. Spoiler,
Yeah.
if you haven't watched that yet. But yeah, head on over to BronyFanFic to hear part 1 and my incredibly weird conversation with myself. Well, Pinky's conversation with herself. Anyway, without further ado, let's start the second half of Off Limits by... Who was it by again? It was Carmine. Okay, I had to go all the way up, but... Here it is. Okay, back to the place.
Okay.
Okay.
Rainbow Dash crouched behind the bush, hiding her entire body from view. The only way a pony would be able to find herself under these circumstances would be if they were actively scouting around the bushes, and the Cyan Pegasus knew this. Her plan to deal with Fluttershy was all set. All the components were in place. All it would take is her to walk in that certain spot, and everything would go off without a hitch. Rubbing her hoods together once again, the malicious smile still in tow, she began to wait. Patiently. I'm excited to find out what this evil plot is.
I know. It could be embarrassing or totally scary or who knows.
Fluttershy thought over the plan in her mind. She barely had any part in it except to avoid walking in through the front door. That's where all the fun would take place. The cottage came into view, along with a... What? No, true deck printer installer. I don't want to update. Get out. Never remind me for the... No, remind me in a week. There we go. Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. What just happened?
My printer wanted to update, but I said, no, you should not update.
I thought you just got lost and didn't know what that was. And I think that's Maraid.
Yeah. Okay. Along with a myriad of animals moving...
That's how you pronounce it. Okay, anyway, go on, sorry.
Moving on with their daily lives all around it. Bunnies, snakes, birds, and insects, all of them living in tranquility. Her eyes shifted towards the front door. It was open, only a crack. Something Fluttershy wouldn't have noticed if Pinky hadn't informed her. At the top, she saw the thing Rainbow Dash had planted. Rainbow Dash had tried her best to hide it by painting over it to somewhat match the colour of the cottage. Pure white. Fluttershy chuckled at the silly idea her friend imagined, and continued trotting towards the entrance. Rainbow Dash watched Fluttershy slowly draw closer to the entrance.
Almost there. Just a few more steps. Wait, what's she doing?
Fluttershy walked to the door and my scrolling, it's made me lose my place. Hang on, there we go. Fluttershy walked to the door and sat on her haunches beside it.
Angel!
She called out.
I'm going to be a bit busy for a little while longer, so I won't be entering my house anytime soon.
Rainbow Dash watched with her mouth agape.
No! She'll go in! I just know it! No one knows about this. My plan will be complete, and all of Ponyville will be in shock as I'll be the first pawn...
Something tapped Dash on the shoulder. Dash brushed it away with her hoof, annoyed that her thinking was interrupted.
Not now, I'm busy!
Another tap. Dash turned round.
Can't you see...
Her wings froze in fear as her eyes turned to mere pinpricks. Before her stood a manticore. His bright red mane blew lazily in the small updraft the afternoon provided. His eyes glared daggers into Dash's. The manticore scowled at the Cyan Pegasus. Rainbow Dash backed up slowly.
Nice kitty.
She asked, forcing a grin. The manticore let out an earth-shattering roar, unleashing a powerful gust of wind that sent Dash's mane into disarray. Forcing herself to come over the fear that had enveloped her, Rainbow Dash closed her eyes and flew in the opposite direction of the beast that had previously stood before her.
I don't know who's saying this. It just says Fluttershy.
I think that's Rainbow Dash.
Fluttershy!
Her words were cut short as her muzzle impacted hard on something wooden. She opened her eyes to see she had slammed right into a door. Her eyes moved to the top of the entrance and fell upon a paint bucket that was rocking back and forth from both sides of the door. Dash covered her face with her hoof in an attempt to protect herself from the contents that were inside the bucket. After staring at the bucket perched precariously on the top of the door for a moment, it stopped. It stopped wobbling and stood perfectly still. Dash wiped the sweat that had collected on her forehead and gave off a heavy sigh. Then the bucket tipped over. Dash screamed as the mixture of glue and feathers landed all over her, painting her mane, tail, and coat pure white. Feathers stuck to every visible part of her body, giving her a vague resemblance to a chicken.
I thought that was Scootaloo.
She shook her. What?
I thought that was Scootaloo. Scootaloo's a chicken.
She has a very good resemblance to the Scootaloo.
Yeah, there we go.
She shook her head violently and looked at Fluttershy, who was holding the door open.
Oh, that's Dash saying, okay. Fluttershy, why didn't you run? There's a manticore coming after us.
Dash yelled, her voice filled with concern. Fluttershy chuckled at her friend that now resembled Scootaloo.
Oh, Dash, that wasn't a manticore. That was Pinky. What?
Dash turned around to see the manticore remove its mask. Underneath it, a pink face she loathed at the moment beamed at her.
Hiya, Dashy! How's it going?
Pinky asked, oblivious to the anger seething from the white Pegasus.
Pinky, how the hey did you get a manticore costume? And why did you mess up my prank? That was supposed to be for Fluttershy.
Rainbow Dash asked, trying to rub the feathers off of herself.
Oh, there's Pinky again. Manticore suit? Rarity made it specifically for me in case I ever needed it to scare some pony really good.
Pinky happily exclaimed. Her expression changed to a more serious tone.
And you should really know I do not condone pranking Fluttershy. We both went over this before. Fluttershy is off limits.
Rainbow Dash tried to buy one of the feathers off, but to no avail. Glue was already stuck on her coat, and so were the feathers.
Well, great. Now I look like Scootaloo, and it's all your fault. Now I'm going to be the laughingstock of all Ponyville.
Oh, that's you.
Rainbow Dash the Chicken is not a title that makes me sound good, and neither does Rainbow Dash Scootaloo.
Pinky unzipped the manticore suit from the back and stepped out of it.
Well then, don't prank Fluttershy again! Hey, Pinky, how did you even know about my prank?
Dash asked.
Simple, I had a little bit of help from my friends.
Pinky asked. Asked? No, Pinky didn't ask that, she said it.
Exclaimed. I think that's supposed to be exclaimed.
Exclaimed. Pinky exclaimed. Winky at the Scootaloo. Winky gets Scootaloo.
Now I need to go talk to Twilight about something. Oh, what would that be, Pinky?
Fluttershy inquired, managing to stifle her laughter.
I need to ask her to go back in time so I can stop this from happening in the next timeline.
The Pie Pony said exuberantly, before trotting back to the direction of Ponyville. Rainbow Dash glared back at Pinky.
Back? In time? Maybe I can get Twilight to send me back in time so I can successfully pull off this prank. That way I'll have pranked every pony in Ponyville.
She thought, rubbing her hooves together. It took her a little while to remember her hooves had been glued together. She looked down at the mess of glue and feathers her body had become.
Maybe after a shower.
The end.
Whew, that was quite funny.
Random and funny and all sorts of nonsense.
I know. It feels good to actually read a good-ish story for once.
Yeah.
I've been reading so many terrible fanfics. I pick a fanfic. You guys know this. I'm just telling BronyFanFic over here that I just randomly pick a story and read it, and then raw read it and just show you guys. I'm so glad to read a good story for once.
I mean, that's generally what I do. I literally just go to Equestria Daily and see what's there. And if nothing's there, then I'll go to fanfiction.net. But, yeah, it's usually what I do, and they usually turn out okay-ish. I mean, if it's too absolutely outlandish, then obviously I'm not going to read it because
No,
that's just
even
a
if it's
waste of
outlandish,
time.
I read it. I'll read it. I've read Two Peas in a Pod, and that was so bad. But even worse was, I think it was the main six, meet Phineas and Ferb, and that was so bad. But I still put it up.
Then again, I did read Lyra the Sandwich. Did you listen
Oh
to that
yeah,
one?
I've heard all of your videos. I think all your readings.
Lyra the Sandwich was so bad. The worst one that I've ever listened to by far was Tom Goes to Ponyville. Have you listened to that?
uh, Tom Goes to Ponyville. I don't think I've heard that one.
It's terrible. There's no construct to the plot. It's just random stuff happening all the time. It's literally words taken out of the dictionary at random and put onto a page.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that one out, and you guys need to go check BronyFanFic out as well. But I guess that's the end of this video for now. So yeah, I guess I'll put a link to the story, I guess, in the video, but that wouldn't really make much sense because it's the second part.
Well,
But
they need a way to get to me in case they go to your part first.
yeah, I guess
So,
so. So yeah, I guess I'll put a link to this story and a link to your channel. I guess maybe.
either that or the video.
What? Or the
Either
video.
that or the
The video.
video
The
that
video.
I'll
The
be
video,
posting.
not the channel. That would be.
Okay,
That would,
channel.
yeah.
Channel's better.
Okay. I'll just put both. There.
Okay.
Problem solved. But with that, thank you, Everpony, for listening. Rate, subscribe. Oh my gosh, he's Hawaiian again! Shut up! So, yeah. But any parting words at all?
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school. I am in school. I started Wednesday. But yeah, with that, you say your outro, I'll say mine.
Keep on spreading the magic of friendship, and I'll see you over on my channel.
Okay, and I guess I'll make another video, and I'll see you then. So, Brony on!
Yeah.